Coming to the whole discourse of now after this 10 years, also probably the corporates and the authorities want to ensure that we are more in line with the sustainable development goals, etc. So the CSR, ESG conversation and dialogues are happening. The discourse is happening very largely in different domains. Whether and how it is important, my question to you, whether we should move from simple CSR to ESG or there just a name change. There is a continuous change in the nomenclatures, concepts, framework in the last 10 years. We are continuously learning and implementing and improving. What preparations are probably a completely competency development the CSR team should go through to be kind of prepared for the new ecosystem or new systems of ESG?
I think fundamentally, ESG is environmental social governance. The S within ESG is where CSR fits in. Actually, CSR is a subset of the S in the ESG. The other subset of the S is to measure how organizations are developing employee-friendly workplace practices, policies. How many men versus women are they also hiring persons with disability, transgender, so that it's an inclusive organization. So that way there is that. So CSR fits in within the S within the ESG. E is about how the organization is running its operations in an environmentally friendly way. And G is about governance in terms of whether the board of the company has sufficient women on its board, and what are the governance practices? Are there policies and procedures that are documented and practiced and so on, right? So that way there's not so much of a correlation between CSR and ESG, except that CSR fits in as a subset within ESG. Yeah, I mean, ESG has brought out to many nomenclature, concepts, reporting frameworks, and so on. So, first of all, I think CSR teams should assess if their CSR initiatives are carried out by implementing organizations who have employee-friendly workplace and practices and policies within the implementing organization. Are the implementing organizations having suitable learning and development programs for its team members? Are the implementing organizations having suitable policies and, more importantly, training programs on code of ethics, anti-corruption, prevention of sexual harassment, etc. Right? So, coming to CSR teams itself, for example, when we are implementing skilling initiative, we need to apply thought on whether we are inadvertently causing forced migration or is it a need-based migration. So that way, whether our initiatives are responsible to create some unintended consequence has to be thought through. Right? As they say, learning never ends. So resonating with the same, CSR teams needs to understand program management in social impact projects. How do we work collaboratively with the implementing organizations? How we can be in their shoes, make periodic visits, learn about impact assessment ourselves, because the tendency is to rely on third parties, which is fine because we also need a third party view, but we also in some sense need to be able to do impact assessment, monitoring, evaluation, accountability and learning. You, GRAAM, yourself run a meal program. So these programs are very useful for CSR teams to improve their capabilities. And over and above all these skills required to oversee and manage core CSR programs, it is important for CSR teams to take up ESG 101 courses to begin with. Reporting practices are quite complex and time consuming. Some companies publish their annual integrated report in the form of business responsibility and sustainability report, in short called as BRSR. So there is a whole lot of capability upskilling that needs to happen if one were to transition from a pure CSR role to a role in the ESG team.
Yeah, thank you for that information and as well as much elaborated sharing of your kind of thoughts about that transition.